And hello, everyone, and welcome to Courtland High School for tonight's big matchup between two of the area's best teams. The Courtland Cougars host your James Monroe Yellow Jackets in this big Battlefield District game tonight, Bob. All set up here at Courtland.
Yeah, they are. They got everything ready, and they knocked down the old press box, so we didn't have to mess with that.
Memories of the old press box here at Courtland High School. Well, hello, I'm Herman Kay with Bob Blackburn bringing you tonight's Battlefield District game between the Yellow Jackets and the Courtland Cougars. These rivals come into tonight's game both having qualified for postseason play. Tonight's game is monumental, Bob, for both teams. Playoff positioning. Each team is looking to sharpen their playoff resumes and will get a huge boost tonight with a W. Last week, James Monroe clinched 13th consecutive playoff berth with a 33-7 win over Spotsylvania. Can you believe that?
It's amazing. It's amazing.
So the offense got a big game from tailback DJ Weldon, who went over the century mark last week. Quarterback A.J. Felton hurled 3 touchdown passes, 2 to his big brother, Matt Felton. Defense forced 3 fumbles by the Knights and held Spots to 7 points on the evening. They will need a better effort tonight against a Courtland team that lives and dies by the running football. This is the second consecutive week that the Jackets will face a wing T offense. So the primarily should help them against the Courtland Cougars. Currently, the Yellow Jackets in number 2 spot behind Hopewell in a half of the regional bracket. A win tonight against Courtland will go a long way in securing the top spot in the regional playoffs. Also, the Yellow Jackets will clinch a share of the Battlefield District title by defeating Courtland tonight on their home field. Well, it will be a tough task, but Coach Survey and his boys will definitely be ready and willing to take on this challenge tonight here at Courtland High School. J.C. Hall and his Courtland Cougars come into tonight's game with a 6-2 record and on the heels of a 19-14 loss to the King George Foxes. Last week, the Foxes raced out to a 19-0 lead and held on as the Cougars tried to mount a comeback. Having clinched the playoff spot, the Cougars are not in any trouble of not making the playoff, but improving their seed is paramount. The Cougars are led by high-powered wing T offense, which is quarterbacked by junior Chet Wilborn. The junior took over the reins at quarterback in spurts last season, but has been the full-time starter this year. In the backfield for the Courtland Cougars, he is flanked by a trio of senior backs who have been dominant in the run game. Fullback George Cheatham gets his most carries, but wings Blair Lawson and Vic Green are home run threats anytime they put their hands on the football. Receivers Jabari Allen and Nick Grant are D1 talents and have to be accounted for in this passing game. Make no mistake about it, Courtland is a great offensive team, and that defense is tough as usual. So, got the makings, Bob, for a great game here tonight on the road. Chill in the air. Playoffs just around the corner, and a big game for both of these teams tonight, and particularly Courtland on their home field.
Yeah, what a setup here, because this is the first time I think JM has come in a while having a little bit better record than Courtland, but having Courtland pretty much favored here.
Well, the cannon nearly jumped out of my seat, Bob.
Yeah.
They can't do that around a
Vietnam veteran. No kidding. Incoming.
Scared me to death. Nonetheless, that's the introduction for the Courtland Cougars football team to enter the stadium. And the Cougars are on the sideline, and the Yellow Jackets across the way waiting for this football game to get underway. Last week's scores: Riverbend pounded Garfield 44-20. Culpeper over Manassas Park 35-21. Woodbridge losing to Colonial Forge 30-18. Brook Point pounded Stafford 57-7. Massaponax 42, Mountain View 21. And we'll get the rest of these scores from last week right after our national anthem here at Courtland High School. national anthem by the Courtland High School marching band. And we were talking about some of the games being played tonight. Last week's scores, rather, was North Stafford pounding Potomac 30-15. King George 19, Courtland 14. Eastern View beat Liberty by the score of 47-20. Chancellor shut out Caroline 6-1-0, and James Monroe beat Spotsylvania Bob at home by the score of 33-7. Some games that scheduled to be played tonight.
Let's see. Yep, we got Hilton and Riverbend, Potomac at Brook Point, Massaponax at North Stafford, Stafford at Mountain View, Caroline at Spotsylvania, Chancellor at King George, William Monroe at Culpeper, and Brentsville at Liberty. And, of course, our game tonight brought to you live and in color, shall we say? 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
That's right.
Will be James Monroe here at Courtland. Big game.
Big game tonight. Before we went on the air, Bob, we were talking about that other game. Has a lot of significance. Very important game. That's the Chancellor at King George game. Of course, King George coming off an upset win against Courtland last week. And Chancellor, they've been playing pretty good football all season long. So.
I agree, and I think Chancellor has a decent chance to win a football game down there, but and they're playing on the rug, so we'll see.
So just across the county a little ways, it's another big important game. That's Chancellor. I'm sorry, that game is being played down in King George, so the Fox is hosting Chancellor, and that too will make it even better for King George to have the Chargers to come into their home field. Just about set for high school football here at Courtland High School. And we're looking at the 3A regional points for week 9, conference 25 through 27. It's a pod of conferences together. It's number 1 Phoebus at 7-1, number 2 Poquoson 7-2, Parkview 6-2, York number 4 at 5-3, Colonia Heights 3-5, Lakeland 2-6, Booker T. Washington of Norfolk number 7 with a 2-6 record, and number 8 War Hill at 2-5. Conference number 26, the Yellow Jackets, Hopewell sitting atop the conference at number 1 with a 6-2 record. And some of those wins, Bob, must have come against some AAA schools in order for them to jump ahead of the Yellow Jackets with only 1 loss.
Well, a 1/10 of a point, I guess, is what they got out of it,
yeah,
right?
That's right. So it's 25 points against the Yellow Jackets, 24.9. Yellow Jackets at number 2 at 7-1. Number 3 at Skyline 4-4. Brentsville number 4 at 5-3. Culpeper, Petersburg, and Armstrong and John Marshall round out the 8 teams in Conference 26. And the Yellow Jackets are sitting in second place in that conference. Glad to have you along tonight on Channel 883. Almost said 18. And we're on the Regional Web TV site on the World Wide Web. Courtland Cougars kicking off to the Yellow Jackets. Here's your opening kick. It's a squib kick along the ground. Takes a high bounce, taken out across the 20, 25. Cuts it back to the near side, pulled down from behind at the 30, and a fumble on the play. Let's see, did Courtland get the football? Or are they going to rule the runner down? Nope. Courtland getting the turnover. The Yellow Jackets coughing it up, Bob, and Courtland just like that, right out the gate, get a turnover to open up this football game.
All they need, home advantage, and then turn around and get an opening kickoff fumble. Wow.
So they hold up a minute. They're going to spot the ball here. Now we are yet to find out who the ball will belong to. The Yellow Jacket down by contact, so that fumble will be disallowed. And the Yellow Jackets retain possession of the football at their 35-yard line.
Yeah, kind of glad they sent that one up to the booth.
11:52 just getting underway here at Courtland High School. Big Battlefield District matchup between 2 perennial powers, the Yellow Jackets and the Cougars. First down play, the Yellow Jackets keeping on the ground. out across the 35 to about the 39-yard line. Pick up about 4 yards on that run, setting up a second down. And about 7 yards to go for James Monroe.
Yeah, it's interesting to see, JM opened up a passing game right away against Chancellor and was very successful. But then if the running game will go, they'll go with it.
Here we go, second. And about 6 yards to go. Yellow Jackets keep it on the ground. First down and more into Courtland territory. And that's Weldon on the carry. Picks up about 12 yards on that run off guard on the right side into Courtland territory.
I tell you what, Weldon's been a hoss all year long.
So Courtland trying to match up down inside. They've got some beef down in there too, Bob, defensively.
Yeah, these guys have been in the weight room too.
The Yellow Jackets have elected to run right at that defensive front for Courtland, and thus far it has been successful. First and 10 yards to go. Quarterback calls his number. That's Felton. Felton turns it upfield, gets down to about the 42-yard line. Nice gain on first down.
Yeah.
You know, I talked about it before, Bob. I really like it when you get good yards on first down.
Yeah, and that is so important because gives you so much more flexibility on your next few calls.
So 2nd and 4 yards to go for James Monroe at the Courtland 42-yard line. 2 receivers split to the far side of the field, one in the slot to the far side. Yellow Jackets again keep it on the ground, puts his head down. That's Weldon down inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line, about a yard shy of picking up the first down.
So third and short, take a chance and throw it? No.
10:09 to go, opening quarter here at Courtland High School. No score. Yellow Jackets faced with a third and a yard to go at the Courtland 39-yard line. Receivers split to the far side of the field. You got 3 to the far side, 1 to the near. Quarterback, that's Felton, and he dives forward, and it might be enough for a first down. Gonna spot it right between the hash marks, between the 48 and 49-yard line. So no indication that he picked it up. It's gonna be 4th down and inches for James Monroe.
Had her on that same play again. It looked like it had some potential.
So 4th and 1 facing the Yellow Jackets, and they might punt it here, Bob. I don't know. Will Coach Survey gamble early in this football game? And yes, he will. 4th and a yard to go for James Monroe, and they've got to first down. Looks like Gary Boxley on the carry.
Well, he's the go-to guy when they really need it, isn't he?
Dependable, sure-handed, and that's on offense.
And that's on offense.
He plays both ways.
Yeah.
Great defensive player out there for the Yellow Jackets. And that time, Boxley picking up the first down for the Yellow Jackets. It's 1st and 10 yards to go for James Monroe at the Courtland 36-yard line. Yellow Jackets on the ground again into the secondary. Picks up 12 yards. Another JM first down inside the 25 to the 24-yard line.
Offensive line blocking for the Jackets is outstanding.
And I like the ball control here, Bob. You know why? Because as long as you execute running the football, you're keeping the ball away from Courtland.
Right.
But you got to come away with points.
You do. I remember last year, what was it, 1 touchdown difference?
Yep. 1st and 10 to go for James Monroe. Ball at the Courtland 24-yard line. 8:39 to go. Yellow Jackets keeping on the ground again, and I think that's Weldon on the carry. Kind of tiptoeing his way through the hole, weaving, picking out some yards. Gonna be about a 2nd and 6, Dr. Blackburn.
Well, it looks like to me the Jackets are opening holes pretty much in the middle and off tackle and doing a really good job.
So 2nd, and we'll say 7 yards to go for James Monroe. Football at the Courtland 20-yard line. Operating from the pistol formation. Trips to the near side of the field. Courtland showing blitz, and here they come. That's Felton rolling out with the ball. Reverses field, cuts it back up. He's going to be hit in the backfield for a loss. Out back across the 25 to the 28-yard line. And nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, baby.
Yeah, and he avoided the initial blitz, but then that busted the play up pretty good.
You remember that Martha Reeves and the Vandellas song?
Yeah.
So that's going to set up a third and about 13 yards to go for James Monroe. Ball at the Courtland 28-yard line from the pistol. Quarterback looking to throw the football, dumps it off in the middle. It's contact, but no flag on the play. Some of the JM players are signaling that it was contact, Bob, but no interference call by the referees.
Not going to get that on a night like tonight.
No. So that falls incomplete, setting up a fourth down at 13 yards to go. Yellow Jackets just outside the red zone here. It's going to be interesting what type of play they run here on fourth down and 13 yards to go. Ball at the Cougars 28-yard line. Two receivers split to the right and left side of the field. Felton looking, rifles the pass over the head of the intended receiver, and he had him open. He had a step on the defender, Bob.
He did, yeah. It'd have to have been right on the money, though.
Felton missed him. He had him. So Courtland getting the football for the first time tonight at their own 28-yard line. 7:08 to go. First quarter, no score. Yellow Jackets moved the ball well against Courtland on that initial drive. But ran out of gas down inside the 30.
Yeah, it was just that one play where he got caught in the backfield there on a blitz.
So first and 10 to go for the Courtland Cougars. First offensive play for the Cougars. And the Yellow Jackets bottle it up on the far side. Maybe a yard gain.
Yeah, I imagine. I wasn't at the practice this week, but I can tell you one thing. They probably did every wing tee thing they can. Yeah.
And a good thing about it, Bob, they played Spotsy last week who ran the same formation. So it's not that they haven't seen it before.
Exactly.
But it's a matter of execution. Certainly can't compare Spotsy's wing tee formation to Courtland's wing tee.
And not the horses they got back there.
Gain of a yard on that play, setting up a second. And 8 yards to go. And Courtland again, he's going to be pulled down for a loss. Back to about the 28-yard line. Yellow Jackets fired up early here, Bob, on defense.
Yeah, let's see if they consider this a passing down. Courtland isn't like that. I think they'll probably run it again.
So third and 9 yards to go for the Courtland Cougars. Plays coming in from the sideline. And that's number 10, the quarterback for the Cougars. Chet Wilborn, 6-footer, 173 junior. Quarterback under center. Third and 9. And that play seemed to be a little bit out of sync. And they've got the first down. Yellow Jackets, Bob, they had containment, but it showed the speed of that running back as he turned the corner and picked up that first down out across the 40 to about the Courtland 43-yard line.
It looks like that's the first play that they've run left and wide.
Yes.
And they may have thought they found something on that.
And they ran wide on that play. And that running backs watched his blockers set up and got enough for that first down. First and 10 yards to go. And again, Courtland was hit hard, but he fell forward and picked up a couple of yards on that run. And that's number 2. Is that Vic Green? Running back, 6-footer, 212-pound senior on a carry for the Courtland Cougars. That's going to set up a second and 5 yards to go. Number 1, that's Nick Grant, the 6'3" senior, bringing the play in. Big second down play here. Ball at the Courtland 48-yard line. 4 minutes and 49 seconds to go in this first quarter. No score. And they keep it on the ground into the JM secondary. Down inside the 40 to about the 34-yard line.
That was just flat out blocking there.
Nice trap blocking by Courtland in the middle of that offensive line. And the longest run from the line of scrimmage thus far for this Courtland Cougar team. They moved the chain on the far side of the field. Nice crowd. A lot of folks making a trip over here from Fredericksburg to watch their Yellow Jackets.
That's another Courtland.
And, of course, loyal fans out here for Courtland. First and 10 yards to go. A delay up the middle again. They're eating the Yellow Jackets alive, Bob, down inside. And Coach Griffin, the defensive coordinator, is going to have to make some adjustments in the middle.
I tell you what, he looked like he had their number at first, and then all of a sudden they've kind of opened up a little bit and had more success up the middle for sure.
Seem to be running those traps and counters and that type of thing, constantly keeping you off balance. And it's first down at 10 yards to go for the Cougars at the James Monroe 23-yard line. Quarterback on the center, turns, hands off tackle on the right side, down to about the 16-yard line. Got the full package, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And, you know, if JM had scored, there probably wouldn't have been anything different in this drive. You know, it looks like they're gonna trade scores.
Chet Wilburn going in for the for the Cougars rather. Second and 3 yards to go for the Cougars at the James Monroe 17-yard line. And tripped up, game-saving tackle by number 9 for the Yellow Jackets. That's Franklin. And Courtland will have first and goal at the James Monroe 8-yard line.
Yeah, they're just going to what they do best.
Yes.
George Sheehan on the carry. Run is good for 8
So
yards.
number 1, Nick Grant at 6'3", split to the far side of the field on the right side. Courtland, the quarterback on the center, sends a man, a delay, and the Yellow Jackets come up big on defense. Might have picked up a yard. Ball will be spotted at the 5-yard line.
It'd be nice to make a little stand here, but they're definitely in field goal range anyway, but it'd be nice to stop them.
So second and goal for Courtland at the James Monroe, we'll say 6-yard line. But they got so much misdirection, counters and traps.
Yeah, when you hate to be a linebacker.
Yes. Second and goal from the 6-yard line. And a handoff and trying to bounce around, and the Yellow Jackets stop him and push him back. And nose of the football just inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line, where it will be third and goal from the James Monroe 4-yard line.
Okay, guys, another big one here. Maybe, who knows, and maybe they'll try for it on fourth and we can stop them.
This first quarter is flying by. 2:10 to go in this opening quarter. No score, with Courtland in the red zone, knocking at the door. Third and goal from the James Monroe 4-yard line. Got one receiver split to the near side of the field. A quarterback, that's number 10, Chet Wilborn. And thought I heard a whistle. The Yellow Jackets almost coming offside. Pitch around the left side.
He's got it.
Into the end zone, touchdown. Trying to pick up a number, Bob. That's Vic Green with the 3-yard touchdown run around the left side, untouched into the end zone. And just like that, Courtland out in front, 6-0. Got to wait till the smoke settled there after that cannon. Quarterback rolling out with the football, and he's going to be sacked. And that 2-point conversion attempt by the Courtland Cougars falls short. It's no good. Timeout on the field, 1:40 to go in this Battlefield District matchup here at Courtland High School. Our score, Cougars 6, Yellow Jackets nothing. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Courtland High School. Minute 40 to go in this opening quarter. Cougars 6, Yellow Jacket nothing. And Bob, that possession by the Cougars, they did everything they had to do. They moved the ball, no penalties on that drive, and they raced it in from 4 yards out.
Yeah, it's just good fundamental football there. The Jackets were sticking them there at first, and it looked uncharacteristic. And then they got that third down play, and that just kind of launched them.
That was the big play, 3rd and long, and Courtland went for it and picked it up. And they marched it down the field to get on the board. Again, a low kick taken by Nelson. Nelson, nice run out to the 45. So the Yellow Jackets, Bob, here with excellent field position with 1:33 remaining in this first quarter.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. They moved the ball very well against Courtland that first drive. And let's see if they can still pick it up and go.
So 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets at their 45-yard line, 1:33 to go. Whatever Courtland did last weekend, that loss against King George, they wanted to rectify things early in this football game. Scoring first against the Yellow Jackets, 3rd and 10 yards to go. Yellow Jackets with a nice run off guard, picking up 3 yards on that carry, and that's well done on the carry for James Monroe.
That was some scrum down there, wasn't it?
Yeah. So Yellow Jackets will have an opportunity here with 1:13 to go. You know, they want to put some points on this board early.
Yeah, it would be nice if they get a score and then go down and get a 1-point lead, and that'll.
2 receivers to the near side of the field, and the Yellow Jackets keep it on the ground, running hard into Courtland territory, down to the 47-yard line. Nice run. I like the play selection so far.
Yeah, they're going basic, and the one thing though, when we do have to throw, then it's it's not like we played the Chancellor game. It was like throw.
Yeah. So 3rd and 1.5 yards to go for James Monroe. Receivers to the near side of the field. Fake. That's Felton. Cuts it back inside. Has the first down. Down inside the 45 to about the 44-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to find out how deceptive that little guy is.
So the Yellow Jackets on that initial drive ran out of gas down inside the Cougars 30-yard line. See if they can put together a drive here. 13 seconds to go in this first quarter, and I don't think they'll get a playoff. 1st and 10 yards to go, 4 seconds. They will not end the 1 quarter play here at Courtland High School Battlefield District matchup. James Monroe trailing Courtland by the score of 6-0. We'll be back after this. Tonight's ball game with winning records, and both teams, Bob, have clinched the playoff spot.
Yeah, so you'd think, well, this isn't anything, but there's never been a game that's not anything in James Monroe Court.
You got to remember the old Battlefield District. There's a lot at stake here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
So 1st down and 10 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets, and that's Felton on a carry and weaving his way through. That's Boxley, I think, picking up 13 yards. Around the right side, down inside the 35 to the 32-yard line. Nice run by Gary on that play, Bob.
Yeah, it looked like he was in New York trying to get on the subway there.
Number 75 checking in for the Courtland Cougars. Matt McDougal, 6'2", 310, senior. Looking at this roster, Bob, we got a lot of seniors on this Courtland team.
They do, yeah.
First and
big
10.
ones.
And flag coming out. Is that a delay of game?
It still says we got time left. They reset it, so it must be.
Let's see the call here. You know, the referee is not wearing a white hat tonight.
Huh. That's a bad sign.
Yeah. I'm looking at the guy with the white hat on, and the other guy is controlling the ball.
Huh.
Another wrinkle here at Courtland. First and 15 to go for James Monroe, and that's Felton weaving his way through down inside the 30 to about the 26-yard line. See him put his hand on that lineman's back?
Yeah, and just kind of let him do all the muscle.
And just kind of was feeling his way through the hole. Picked up good yards on that play, setting up a second and about 7 yards to go. 10:48 to go, just getting underway here in the second quarter. Here at Courtland High School, Yellow Jackets trying to put together a drive here. 2nd and 7. And it looks like Boxley again on the carry. Down to the 25-yard line. Yellow Jackets pretty much in the same situation they were before, Bob. They've got a third down and about 3 yards to go here. And you can bet they're in 2-down territory here. Ball at the 25-yard line in Courtland territory. So if they don't pick up the first down here on third down, you bet they will go for it on 4th down.
Right.
2 receivers to the near side of the field. Felton calls his own number, sneaks it through, and I think he's got enough for the first down.
He's slippery.
A.J. Felton, younger of the two brothers. Brother is Matt. He's a senior. This guy is what, 10th grader?
10th grader, yep. A lot of confidence for a 10th grader.
Oh, yeah. 5'7", 10th grader. Antoine is his first name.
Antoine.
Felton with a pass in the middle down to the 15-yard line. And forward progress, he was knocked forward down to the 14. So about a couple of yards shy of picking up the first down. That's going to set up a second down in short. And once again, well, it's a little bit more than second and short. It's second and about 4 yards to go.
Oh, good play call.
Yes.
You're going to throw the ball, go ahead and throw it for first down.
So 2nd and 4 to go here for James Monroe. 9 minutes and 15 seconds to go in this opening second quarter, rather. And that's Boxley on the carry. Kind of stutter-stepped and that hole closed very quickly.
It did. That was incredible. It looked like to me he was going to go through sideways and he didn't make it.
Cody Sullivan and Greg Fields checking into the Courtland defensive lineup. One guy's 316. He's a small guy. And his friend that checked in with him, 361.
Oh, for crying out loud. Pretty soon we'll be calling out 400-pounders.
I know it. Third at 2 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets. Receiver to the near side of the field. One to the right side, operating from the pistol formation. And that's run all the way. Blockers out in front. And he stumbles right at the 10-yard line. And let's see where they spotted that. It's going to be close, Bob, to that first down marker.
You reckon they'll bring the chains out? Because you're right. It looks like
they're going to signal 4th down. 4th and inches facing the Yellow Jackets. You got to pound that baby in there.
Absolutely.
So 4th and inches facing the Yellow Jackets. 7:55 to go in this second quarter. Play coming in from Don Joy, the offensive coordinator on the JM sideline.
I don't know if Courtland's playing a nose-up man, but that could be a quarterback tap on the side and go.
Important timeout here, and the Yellow Jackets take one. Timeout on the field, 7:46 to go. Second quarter action is Courtland 6, James Monroe nothing. Back after this. Welcome back to Courtland High School, 7:46 to go in the second quarter. Yellow Jackets with a 4th and inches at the Courtland 11-yard line. Boy, they all bunched in there now. That's the jumbo package there.
There you go.
That's run all the way. We're going to show it to you, and then we're going to run it. And a quarterback keeper flag coming out. Probably an illegal procedure call against the Yellow Jackets. False start.
Yeah, it's not where you need to make a mistake.
No. Well, you had 2 officials to throw flags on that play, so everybody saw the same thing.
Yeah.
That's going to push the ball back out to the 16-yard line. Changes the play selection here. 4th and about 6 yards to go.
Your attention, please. If you're the owner of a silver Nissan Pathfinder,
would you toss it?
Gotta throw it here, I would think.
I would think too.
Yeah.
Maybe some sort of flare or something.
So he always got that read option, so you can roll him out with that football, and he can make a lot of things happen.
Yeah.
But he's under center. We're talking about Felton, full house backfield. Looks like the old-fashioned I formation. That's Felton running the football, dips to the outside, has the first down, and he's driven out of bounds on the James Monroe side of the field.
I love the way he sold that fake, don't you?
He certainly did. He fed it to a man in the middle and pulled it back and raced around the right side and picked up the first down.
Sneaky guy.
Yellow Jackets in the red zone with a 1st and goal from the Courtland 9-yard line. 7 minutes and 35 seconds to go in a fast-moving game here at Courtland High School. 6-0, Courtland. Yellow Jackets on the ground again. That's Weldon with the lean, trying to get down to about the 7-yard line. And I'm sorry.
I was just telling you, I'm sorry I ducked out there for a minute, but this is a season.
Yes. And we've all gone through it.
Wow.
And it's the type of sinus and cold stuff that you get, and you can't seem to get rid of it.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
2nd and goal for the Yellow Jackets at the Courtland 7-yard line. Quarterback from the pistol formation calls his own number, and he's going to be stacked up for a loss. Don't like the play selection they're calling down here now.
Oh, that wasn't. Got to
trust his arm too, Bob.
Yeah, he does, and I think if he can get somebody to get 1-on-1 in that corner, he had the wide side of the field to the left. That might have been a good spot.
Crossing or post patterns. Kind of hard to, particularly if you're a receiver and get the inside position. And if that ball is thrown on a rope, there's no way they can defend it.
Yeah, and you know how Boley is a tall and strong receiver.
Yeah, he can go up top and take it away. 3rd and goal for James Monroe at the Courtland 9-yard line. Loss of yards on that running play by the quarterback, Felton. Felton operating from the pistol. Gets the ball. Rifles pass. There it is. Touchdown, James Monroe.
Skinny post.
That's Felton to Felton with the skinny post or the crossing pattern into the end zone. Touchdown, James Monroe. And he perfectly throws that football ball.
He did. He laid it right in there where you need it.
No adjustment by the receiver, Matt Felton. Perfectly thrown ball from his brother, AJ. Extra point attempt here by the Yellow Jackets, trying to go ahead by 1. The kick is up, and it is no good.
Oh. And the extra point's no good. Just under 6 minutes left to play.
That hit across the upright on the right side.
Isn't that amazing, right? When, they had a chance to take a 1-point lead.
That thing hit at the top of the upright. How can they call it good or bad? Because it didn't go behind it.
Right.
Outside of
What is the rule on that?
We're gonna check in the truck and see what's up with that one.
Yeah, right.
Timeout on the field, 5:56 to go, second quarter action. We're deadlocked at 6 here at Courtland in a real football battle.
Two of the good parts of halftime.
Welcome back to Courtland High School. The Yellow Jackets set to kick off to the Courtland Cougars. Haven't seen Marine miss one like that all year.
No, he is.
Had a couple blocked, but very seldom does he miss on his own. This guy's real accurate.
He is.
Set to kick off to the Courtland Cougars, and they hit a spot over there. And what's the flag? Yellow Jackets offsides? That was a perfectly kicked football. It was placed in an area where there was no one. And the Yellow Jackets get a penalty again. Yellow Jackets have had a couple of penalties, and Courtland yet to be penalized in this football game.
Yeah, this is. I mean, and that's not too bad for the Jackets. They've had. If you want to talk about last game, they had what, 6 of them there in the first quarter almost.
Yeah. Yeah, last week the first 2 running plays were called back.
Yeah.
They were both touchdowns, but holding calls last week in that football game. So it's Halloween weekend. Marine set to kick off again for the Yellow Jackets, and it's going to be a squib kick. And that's a great play by a Courtland player. That thing could have hit him and ricocheted, and the Yellow Jackets could have come up with that football, but a good hands people grab for.
Yeah, it was a big gamble there by JM there, particularly after they had gotten penalized.
Yep.
But
and they give Courtland, Bob, real good field position here. Mike Jones was the Courtland player that fell on that football. So Courtland with a 1st and 10 at the James Monroe 49-yard line. Look at these decoys out here like they're going to throw the football.
Mm-hmm.
And they keep it on the ground. My goodness, into the secondary. 30, 25, 20, 10, 15, 5, into the end zone, touchdown.
Wow.
My goodness. That's going to be a 49-yard touchdown run.
49-yard touchdown run by number 5, George Cheatham.
That's Cheatham, 5'8", 174 senior with the 49-yard touchdown run. Just like that. You got to watch the strategies of the game. The offsides penalty, the short kick.
Yeah.
And they come out with excellent field position. They shorten the field, and they explode for a long run. The kick is up, and it is good. Timeout on the field here at Courtland High School. 5:45 to go in this first half. Cougars 13, Yellow Jackets 6. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Courtland High School. 13 points, Bob. That's the most Yellow Jackets have given up in a little while, isn't it?
It really is. But, you know, if you think about the psychology of this game, they have enough time. JM has enough time to come down, do a 2-point conversion. I mean, score a 2-point conversion, take the lead.
Take the lead into the halftime.
Yeah. So we always look at the bright side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Courtland set to kick off to James Monroe. Back deep for the Yellow Jackets. It's going to be a line drive, kick out of bounds, flag coming out, penalty marker. So the Yellow Jackets will get it where? At the 30-yard line, 25-yard line.
And the Courtland kickoff goes out of bounds.
Would it be 25? I thought it was.
Or is it going to be the 30? Where's it going to be?
And there's no option to re-kick.
One time they used to have an option, didn't they?
Yeah, they sure did.
So it's going to be at the 35-yard line.
Okay.
Not too bad.
No, that's not too shabby. That's good real estate there.
You know, it's Halloween, right, tomorrow?
Right.
And there's a guy behind us just keeps sneaking around us, you know, like, oh, that's Jim, I'm sorry. He's trying to play tricks on us.
No.
You got to watch him now. First and 10 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets. And that's Weldon on a carry. He's going to be pulled down in his backfield. That's another first. Very seldom you ever see this guy negative yards.
Yeah, he looked like the hole was closed, and he tried to ride it out wide, and didn't work.
Loss of 3 yards on a running play by Weldon. They're going to have to put the ball in the air here. See how this passing game is going to work against this Cougars secondary. So 2nd and 13 yards to go. Loss of yards on that first down. And that's Yellow Jackets keeping it on the ground again. And short yardage might have got back to the original line of scrimmage. That's going to set up a 3rd down. When are we going to throw the football here?
Yeah.
Coaches?
Well, I like the look of that touchdown pass. Maybe that'll work out here, too.
13-6 Cougars, 4:40 to go in this first half. I'm Herman Kay. This handsome guy sitting next to me is Bob Blackburn.
I thought you were going to say Jimmy Jones here.
Jimmy Jones is in the press box tonight.
Yep.
4:36 to go, timeout on the field. 13-6 Courtland. Back after this. Welcome back. 4:36 to go. First half action. Cougars 13, Yellow Jackets 6. And it's 3rd down. And about 10 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets. Felton. And he has a man and over the intended receiver's head. He led him just a little bit too much. That's Matt Felton, the intended receiver.
Yeah, and Matt will catch the football if you get it close enough to him.
And just a little bit too much arm on that throw by A.J.
Didn't take much time off the clock, and if they have to punt, this is not the way the program was drawn up here.
So 4th down and 10 yards to go and Courtland awaits the punt here. Punter standing back at his 21-yard line. Now we're getting a flag. It's going to be a Courtland timeout. No flag on the play, but a Courtland timeout. 4.5 minutes to go. Back after this. Back here at Courtland High School, 4.5 minutes remaining in this first half. And a 4th down and 10 yards to go. Punting down here for the Yellow Jackets, Mr. Blackburn.
Yes, sir. Need to get a foot into this one.
Yeah.
Now that timeout may be Courtland setting up a return play.
One man back deep for the Courtland Cougars. He's standing at his 39-yard line. Punter standing at his own 21. Need a good snap here.
Yeah.
And excellent coverage downfield for the Yellow Jackets. Watch these gunners on the outside, how fast they get down there. Kind of taking their time getting down there. High punt. And no return. Nice coverage by the Yellow Jackets. You know, I was watching the gunners on both sides. They leisurely went down the field. Did you see that?
See, that was strange. Yeah, you thinking they're not wanting to run themselves out of the play or something?
Yeah. I mean, the purpose of the gunners is to be the first to get downfield.
That's true.
That way you can disrupt the play. You can do a lot of damage, but I don't know what the concept is behind that.
Well, it was a high punt.
Yeah.
And they may have been timing themselves or whatever.
1st and 10 for the Courtland Cougars at their 41-yard line. 4:20 to go. Cougars keep it on the ground. And a nice defensive play that's going to be number 40 for the Yellow Jackets. And you know who that is.
Oh, yeah.
That's Edwin Young, the 4th. Senior, 5'10". And Courtland kind of going with a hurry up here. And they run it again, weaving his way through with the first down into JM territory. Yellow Jackets will have to make some adjustments defensively. They are moving the Yellow Jackets all around on defense. And they're going with a hurry-up offense here now.
Yeah, and they really don't need to. You're talking about, just inside 4 minutes.
1st and 10 yards to go. And that's going to be a run around the left side. 1st down and more. Steps out of bounds on the JM side of the field. And no laundry on the play. I thought I saw a flag back upfield. Some of the JM players are signaling that it was a flag.
That would be a nice break if it were.
It's going to be a penalty against the Yellow Jackets.
Oh, for crying out loud.
I don't know what that signal was.
It must have been after the tackle or hit him out of bounds or something.
Bob, I don't like the way this game is beginning to go now with the officiating. I mean, I know it's still early and we're being fair, but Courtland is yet to have a penalty called on him.
That's true. 1st
and 10 for the Cougars. And the Yellow Jacket missed tackle in the backfield. And the Cougars dive for the end zone. Touchdown. That's about a 27-yard touchdown run. Was that number 2?
Cheatham.
I think it was Vic Green.
Oh, Green, you're right.
Vic Green on a touchdown run, and the Yellow Jackets seem out of sync tonight. 19-6 Courtland. Extra point attempt here by the Courtland Cougars. There's the snap to kick. It's up and it is good. Timeout on the field, 3:22 to go in this first half of football here in this Battlefield District matchup here at Courtland High School. Cougars 20, Yellow Jackets 6, back after this. Are back in Spotsylvania County here at Courtland High School. 3:22 remaining in this first half. And it's been all Courtland thus far. Yellow Jackets have had a couple of opportunities, but unable to score on this Courtland team. Going to be a kick over the shoulder catch on a return for the Yellow Jackets. That's Felton. Felton on the carry, and he's going to be hit hard at the 20-yard line. Yellow Jackets going to have to put the ball in the air ball.
Yeah.
I mean, not to panic.
No. But you're right, and we like the trade thing. They score, we score, and then they go out of turn, and that's not a good thing.
So 1st and 10 yards to go for the James Monroe Yellow Jackets. At their 20-yard line, 3:14 to go in this first half. Most points the Yellow Jackets have put up in a while. I mean, most points they've allowed.
Yeah, in the first half for sure.
Yep. Here we go, 1st and 10 yards to go. And that's Felton running with the ball. And it's nearly picked off on the far side. It falls incomplete, stopping the clock with 3:05 to go. So that's that read option, Bob.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he'll get that snap, and he'll roll down that line of scrimmage, and he's got the option to run. He can throw. He can do a number of things with that football. That time he threw it, but incomplete.
Yeah, I would have been tempted if I was him to go ahead and run it myself and see if I couldn't knock out 5 yards maybe.
2 receivers to the right and left, and there's a reception and a short gain on that play. And that was number 12 for the Yellow Jackets coming up with the reception. Jalen Price, the senior, and good coverage in that secondary by the Courtland Cougars. 3rd and 5 here facing the Yellow Jackets. 2:43 to go in this first half. And Yellow Jackets need a big play. They have not gone to Boley yet, Bob.
Yeah, that would be nice to see that one go.
He's split to the far side of the field, and he's looking at Boley. Boley with the catch. He's got to turn it upfield. He's going to be hit and knocked out of bounds, short of picking up the first down.
JM isn't used to facing such sure tacklers, and
yeah.
Wow.
They've been in a couple of games. That wasn't enough for the first down.
Wow.
Yeah. So Boley knew exactly where he had to go.
Stepped that foot over the line. And,
and picked up that first down to keep this drive alive. So 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. And there's a pass and a catch. That's Felton again. Loses the football.
That's it.
And let's see. Courtland coming up with the ball. Yes. So Matt Felton made that catch, and they stood him up. He should have gone down. And they spun him around. That ball came out. And Courtland on top of it with 2:03 to go. Worst performance of the year thus far by this JM team. Got 2 more quarters of football to go, but you can't afford to allow Courtland to score every time they get the football.
That's for sure. So let's see what happens here. What are we? Just over 2 minutes.
1st and 10 for Courtland. The quarterback under center, turns, quick handoff in the middle, and that's number 6 on the carry. Is it 6? The Yellow Jacket get the ball back.
They're swearing they did.
They stripped it out of there. I was talking with some of the players, Bob, and they say they practice taking that ball away. And that time, you get 2 or 3 tacklers in there to hold that ball carrier.
Uh-huh.
That 4th man come in, and his job is to strip that ball.
Why not? You got nothing else to do, right?
So the Yellow Jackets come up with the takeaway here. It's 1st and 10 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets at their 31-yard line. 1:54 to go. It's Air Felton here now. Yellow Jackets coming directly from the sideline right to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback from the pistol formation. Man in motion, that's Felton. Got to get rid of it, and he does not. He's going to be sacked. That line broke down. George Cheatham, the 5'8", 174 senior, all over Felton on that play.
Yeah, I don't see a drop back pass as one of his strong suits. He needs to roll out.
Second and 18 yards to go. Quarterback looking, he steps up. He's going to be hit and sacked again. This is all new for us.
Yeah.
We haven't seen this before. Now, Courtland wisely taking a timeout. You know why?
Yeah, they want to save time to score.
Yeah, they want to get this football back. So timeout on the field, 1:23 to go in this first half. It's Courtland 20, James Monroe 6. And a big play here for the Yellow Jackets. Going to be third down. And 1.5 miles to go.
Last reminder, fans, about your raffle tickets.
Next week.
Can
you believe the season will end the regular season?
It's incredible, isn't it? Tell you.
Next week will end the regular season. that's that guy again. The Grim Reaper. It scared me, Jim. So third down. And about 24 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets. Ball at their 12-yard line. You might want to throw a deep interception here, same as a punt. Felton gets the snap from center, steps back, rolls to his right, and he's going to run it, and it's going to be a penalty on the far side of the field. And it might be might be. If so, that's the automatic first down. Am I correct? Or is it a 15-yard penalty? Or am I thinking about
probably high school? I was going to say in high school it's probably just the 15 added.
So flag coming out, and if so, this will be the first penalty of the night against the Courtland Cougars.
I guess it must have been pretty obvious.
Well, he certainly marked off some baby steps, didn't he?
Yeah.
Did you watch that?
He did.
Yeah. Come on, you got to take regular steps when there's a penalty against the opponent. Third down, 17 yards to go for James Monroe. 1:14 to go in this first half, and temporary stops the play. I don't know what that's all about. Now we are ready to go. There's your whistle. So third and about 17, 18 yards to go. Felton rolling to his left, stops, reverses, and it's going to be, he had a man out there, but unable to connect with Boley. And the Yellow Jackets, once again, will be forced to punt the football here. 4th and 18 yards to go for James Monroe. Courtland looking up at the clock, Bob, and say, we've got time to put one more on the board.
Yeah, I don't like the looks of this. Do not want to let them do that.
Been a long time since the Yellow Jackets have been in a position like this. They lost their opening game on the road. And I'm not saying that they're going to lose this one either, but things are getting pretty dark here in this first half. And as you kick, it takes a jam bounce down to the 43-yard line. Could have got a couple of more rolls out of that. Yes, I'm being picky.
Well, maybe Courtland will get greedy and try to throw downfield on us. And
pick six.
Yes.
So Courtland with the football at their 43-yard line, 58 seconds to go in this first half. And the Yellow Jackets have struggled, to say the least, in the first half offensively. And the Yellow Jackets defense certainly not looking like the defense we know.
Exactly.
And again, another missed tackle. They're getting the penetration, and that's number 40 for the Yellow Jackets. Edwin Young is getting into the backfield, but he's unable to wrap him up.
Yeah, those backs are big and they're quick, and you got to make a sure tackle on them for sure.
2nd and 7 facing the Cougars. And again, the Yellow Jackets coming up, flag coming out. Got to be a holding call against Courtland. And a penalty against the Courtland Cougars. So that'll take a little steam out of them with 29 seconds to go.
Only their second penalty. That's
only the second penalty.
Mm-hmm. Who knows? They may get overconfident in the locker room, and maybe we'll have some surprises for them in the second half here.
But I tell you what, Bob, this is not the JM team that we're used to looking at.
Now, they're not playing with the confidence and swagger that we know.
So I don't know whether clinching a playoff berth last week has made them. I keep seeing this guy sticking his head around right in the window. And Courtland reverses field, diving, nearly advancing the ball into JM territory.
Took up a lot of time doing that.
And spotted at the Courtland 49-yard line, 12 seconds to go. You're not seeing what I'm seeing, are you?
What is
No,
this?
I mean, I keep seeing like a face that it comes and goes right in front of the press box. I don't know.
Right in front of your window?
Yeah, it's goblins or something. And see, it kind of makes me worry. Kind of makes me worry because kind of makes me worry because I see it and you don't. So timeout on the field with 12 seconds to go. So just kind of keep your eye out, Bob, because I don't want to think that it's just me.
Okay, well, if I see it, then I'll swear to it.
That means even if you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that certainly tears up my confidence. 3rd and 3 pass, and it's going to be picked off by the Yellow Jackets and dropped. Yellow Jackets had a shot at it, 5.7 seconds to go here in this first half. 20-6. Strange things. You know, I'm seeing things. Yellow Jacket are playing strange.
All right, we got a mojo going here. We have to get rid of that.
And it kind of favors Jim a little bit.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So here come the Cougars pitch. And the Yellow Jackets come up, defend the play well. And guess what?
Halftime.
That's the last play of the first half here at Courtland High School in this Battlefield District robbery matchup. Our score, it is Courtland 20, James Monroe 6, and we'll be back right after this timeout. Welcome back to Courtland High School. It's halftime, and we're talking about the Yellow Jackets defensively. We're talking about the Yellow Jackets suffering defensively. I mean, this is the worst performance I've seen all year offensively.
Yeah.
I think we could outscore Courtland if the offense were doing their part.
See, and that's sometimes what you have to depend on. And if you can't depend on that, then they're in for a long night if they don't change up. I guess the psychology of this thing.
Yeah. So the Yellow Jackets unable to play thus far. I mean, we might see an entirely different. We need to see an entirely different team because this is the first time. I don't know who are the Yellow Jackets masquerading as Yellow Jackets tonight. I mean, because this is not the team we've seen play
exactly
all year.
Yeah, we've seen a team that can reach into different areas to score points and certainly have a never die attitude, and maybe we'll see that in the second half.
Well, they look as flat as water on the plate and unable to muster any tough defense or offense tonight. And right now it's Courtland that's controlling the Yellow Jackets by the score of 20-6. And here's Bob Blackburn with tonight's scoring.
Well, Courtland was the only scorer in the first quarter with a 3-yard TD run by Green. Their point after was no good, and that made it 6-0 at the end of the first quarter. JM came back and tied the score at 5:56 with a 10-yard TD pass from Felton to his brother, Matt Felton. And the point after there, unfortunately, no good, so the Jackets never took the lead. It was tied at 6-all. And the last two scores of the quarter went to Courtland at 5:46 with a 49-yard TD run by Cheatham. Point after was good this time. That made it 13-6. And they scored one more time at 3:22 with a 26-yard TD run by Green once again. And that made the score 20-6, Courtland over JM.
Well, it's been Courtland for better half of two quarters tonight. The Yellow Jackets just can't generate anything defensively or offensively. Thus, the score reflects that. It's Courtland leading the Yellow Jackets at the half by the score of 20-6. I'll be back in just a little while to talk with Jimmy Jones here on Channel 83. We'll be back right after that. Welcome back to Courtland High School. It's halftime, 20-6 outscore. And Hall of Famer Jimmy Jones is here in the press box. Jimmy, you watched the first half of tonight's football game. What do you think?
Started off, I thought we would get out of here to see the 9 o'clock news. No one was throwing the football, and because Monroe started to throw it a little bit. Has Courtland thrown a pass? If they have, I don't remember it.
Well, they threw one pass in the Yellow Jackets toward the end of the first half. Yellow Jackets could have come up with an interception, but failed to do so. But it's been Courtland for two quarters here. The Yellow Jackets failed to show up. And worst performance in two quarters that I've seen from the Yellow Jackets all year. Even Dinwiddie lost opening game of the season, They were beaten by Dinwiddie, but they did manage to score. But never thought they would not score against this Courtland team, and that's got to be a real concern, trailing 20-6 at the halftime.
Well, Monroe they started off the football game. We're gonna run football like King George did last week, and beating Courtland, and then of course they got behind and started throwing it around a little bit. So it's been a good first half. Anytime these two teams get together, you got.
And I think the Yellow Jackets, you're going to see a different performance from them come the second half of play tonight. Coach Survey and his offensive and defensive coordinators are getting their heads together, and what can we do? And I was talking about motivation. Last week the two things happened. Courtland lost to King George last week, and that left a bad taste in their mouth, but they clinched a playoff berth, so they're all set to go to the postseason. Yellow Jackets clinched last week against Spotsylvania at home, and so they seem to be just flat tonight for some reason.
Going through the motions a little bit, but yet you would think in the history of this series is that anytime JM and Courtland got together, it would be a spirited football game.
A lot at stake between these two teams. The rivalry itself between the Yellow Jackets and the Courtland Cougars. I remember a famous game between these two teams when Courtland was sporting a 38-game win streak. Came to Morris Stadium one Friday night, and the Yellow Jackets snapped that win streak. But they share, I think, 8 or 9 state championship among the two schools. So great football programs, great tradition at both schools. And the Yellow Jackets and the Courtland Cougars clash again tonight. Courtland up 20-6. I'll be back to talk with Jimmy Jones right after this. Welcome back to Courtland High School. Halftime Courtland High School marching band down on the field performing for this nice crowd on hand tonight here on the road. A lot of folks making a trip over here from Fredericksburg. Not as many as I would expect, but nice crowd, huh, Jim?
It is. I would, like you, I thought there would be more people on the Monroe side, but it's still a pretty good crowd.
Well, we're just hoping that they're home listening to us.
By all means. And these two teams, like you said, clinch playoff berths, and they're sitting there, and I think both of them will go a long way.
Yeah.
In their particular divisions. And their season is just starting. They wind up next week with the regular season, and then the playoffs begin. And they're looking at that bigger picture way out there.
Yeah.
With that eye, as you said, on state championships.
The season next week, Jimmy, is the 10th game of the season. The regular season will end. Seemed like we just started back in August down in tobacco country at Dinwiddie, but boy, time sure flies when you're having fun.
Well, you have one weekend of bad weather.
Yeah.
And every other week has been really good. And
yes.
From experience, when you don't have the bad weather, no postponements and things, seasons fly. And of course, people are sitting back that 1-8 or 1-7.
They wish it would go by faster. Huh?
They've had long seasons.
So the Yellow Jackets and the Courtland Cougars doing battle here on the road, 20-6. It's Courtland. Jimmy, anything else you want to chat about or during?
No, I just sat back at these Friday nights, and you were talking a minute ago about the crowd, and Friday night football.
Yeah.
I mean, it's for high school. There's been discussions going on this year, both in the college, both Virginia Tech and UVA played Friday night games.
Yeah.
And of course, you can't blame those institutions for playing on Friday night because the conference schedules it. And of course, you know, who was in charge of it all, a thing called ESPN.
Yep.
And they said all the dates, but there was a time, you can remember, it's been way back. I mean, Friday nights was high school night. You know, we experienced it in basketball. At one time, they wouldn't dare have a college basketball game on a Tuesday night. Now they play Tuesday, you know, anytime.
You know, even when we come out here, Jimmy, you can look back to the 80s. Courtland inception, I think, was the school was built in 1981, I think it was their first year. But a rivalry right from the very beginning. And I would come out here and we would do this rival game between Courtland and James Monroe. And you can look at the bowl here with the hill around the stadium. There were people literally sitting all around but because of the 5 schools in Spotsylvania and the schools in Stafford and the number of schools now, so that crowd is broken up into, I don't know, we've got so many games that are being played on Friday night, and you just don't get those big crowds like you used to.
No, people will now, if they want to go see their particular team play, if they're home fine, maybe they don't travel with them, or if their team is going a long distance, well, I go see somebody else play. No, just don't do that anymore.
Yeah. Jimmy Jones, always a pleasure, my friend. Good seeing you, and we got a ball game here. Halftime, 20-6 Courtland. We'll be back with the third quarter kickoff right after this timeout.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Courtland High School, where they currently hold a 20-6 lead over James Monroe. Had a sluggish first half, and the bad news is they have to kick off to the Cougars for the second half. So let's see what kind of spark the Jackets might have for the second half. And we know the Cougars look like they came out firing on all of their cylinders. So here's the kickoff for James Monroe, and the ball goes relatively deep. Nice tackle by JM on that coverage. Is that I'm trying to pick a number out, but with me and numbers, I'm just going to give the JM tackler an A+ on that tackle.
Where is Herman K?
Herman K. Yeah.
I'm still out of breath, Bob.
All right, well, let's see.
It's you.
Okay, here we go. Courtland running inside trap, and the Jackets sniffed it out and tackled him probably for about a half-yard loss there. So that's good news for the Jackets starting off the second half.
D.D. Nelson in on the stop for Yellow Jackets. Senior, 6-footer. Got the penetration, second down and 10 yards to go.
Yep. So Yellow Jackets get a 3-and-out here, and they come down and then score. Or hey, we might be back in this ball game. Second down for the Cougars. There's a snap and another inside play, and he's fighting for yardage. And he's got about 5 or 6 on that play. That'll bring up.
He was initially stopped in a hole on that play.
He was.
And the Yellow Jackets, he kept those legs driving and pumping and managed to get some additional yards. And that's going to be third down. And about 2 yards to go for the Courtland Cougars.
Yeah, he got more than I thought. I gave him credit for maybe 6 yards, and he got more than that. All right, here comes Courtland in the third down short situation, and they're going to run it. Short handoff, but it easily made the first down with a little to spare.
exploding right up the gut into JM territory down to the 49-yard line. They got some fast, hard-running backs. And that was George Cheatham on the run for the Cougars.
Yeah, he's a tough one to tackle.
Yep.
Let's see. Maybe the Jackets can come up with a big play here. It seems like when Courtland needs to get a first down, they can do it.
Nick Grant, 6'3" receiver to the far side. And again, that counter play by the Courtland Cougars. And they advanced the ball down to the JM 45-yard line.
You think with all the activity they have in their backfield, the fakes and all kinds of things like that the holes would close up or something, but they seem to hold their blocks pretty well.
We were talking earlier at the halftime, and the defensive ends for the Yellow Jacket, their sole responsibility is to keep everything inside.
All right.
Not allow those ball carriers to get to the outside, and that way it kind of funneling those running backs in the middle where they can get help. Again, another missed tackle by the Yellow Jackets. They initially, and what Edwin is going to have to do is he's getting the penetration. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to do, but he's missing that initial tackle.
Yeah, that's not his usual game. He usually makes great tackles in the backfield.
Look at him push off tackles. Yellow Jackets failing to make tackles, pulled down from behind by a GM player. But there were missed tackle after missed tackle by the Yellow Jackets. And he kept that thing alive and popped it to the outside and picked up a huge gain down inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line. So Courtland, Bob, looking for more points here.
Yeah, I tell you what, you have to be impressed with their running backs. They don't give up on the first hit. Hit and roll.
Here we go, 8:40 to go in this third quarter, just getting underway. Courtland in the red zone, knocking at the door again. They're up by a score of 20-6. First down and goal to go from the Yellow Jacket 9-yard line. Quarterback turns, hands off, run around the left side, and looking at that goal line, got it down to the 1-yard line.
And they're just letting them roll on, and it looks like it would have been a trade-off game. We score, they score, we score, they score, but that rhythm got interrupted early and often.
And into the end zone, touchdown.
Touchdown.
And that's going to be number 2, Vic Green, with a 2-yard touchdown run for Courtland. And they extend that lead with 7:59 to go here in this third quarter. Never thought it would be a blowout here.
No, I am surprised. I'm very surprised.
So Courtland getting set for the PAT here. There's your snap to hold. The kick, it's up, and it is good. Timeout on the field, 7:59 to go. Courtland 27, JM 6, back after this.
Welcome back to Courtland. They got their initial drive down into the end zone, and wow, just letting JM know that they're here to play tonight, and let's see if the Jackets can answer back. This would be a very important drive here.
21-point advantage for the Courtland Cougars over the Yellow Jackets, and we're talking about 3 touchdowns. And we've seen the Yellow Jackets do that before with less time than this. There's a kick, a squib kick, and it takes a high bounce, and that's Nelson on a return for the Yellow Jackets, running hard out to about the 39-yard line. So the Yellow Jackets are going to have to crank up some offense, and they got to do it right now.
Yeah, and they just need that stroke of confidence that a score would bring for them.
So 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets at their 39-yard line, 7:52 to go here in this third quarter. They have just not shown any No, they haven't, Bob.
Wow.
So it's been one of those type of nights, Yellow Jackets, and they keep it on the ground. At some point, they're going to have to throw the football here to get back into. It's not like they don't have a passing game.
Exactly, and I'm surprised. We haven't seen more of it yet.
I mean, down by 21 points, you're going to have to make a decision to do something to get back into this football game. And you're playing right into the hands of the Courtland Cougars if you will elect to run the football here, because all you're doing is running time off the clock and helping them to preserve their win and the lead they have right now. 7-16 and counting down. Yellow Jackets looking to throw the ball. He sets down, nice reception and catch out across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Going to be about 2.5 yards shy of picking up the first down. But that's what you're going to have to do. A little dink and dunk here and there.
Yeah, we saw it against Chancellor, and it just worked magic against them.
Plus, looking at Courtland defensively, they too play a little bit back off the line of scrimmage, play a little soft, a little cushion. Yellow Jackets can take advantage of that. So it's 3rd and 2 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets. Felton, and a mix-up in the backfield. Felton's going to bounce to the outside.
Oh, they're going to get him.
And my goodness, he's going to be. That play never developed. He missed the handoff. The concentration for the Yellow Jackets offensively is just not there.
Yeah, Courtland so far is making them look like they are not a one-loss team.
So, penalty against the Yellow Jackets. I don't know what that penalty was. I heard it, but I couldn't understand what it was.
I heard him say something about a warning, but
and that's going to be declined by Courtland. 6:26 to go here in the third, and the Cougars will be getting the football again.
That's not going to help.
I went down to the restroom, Bob, at the half. It is cold.
Yeah.
I mean,
supposed to be, what, 39 tonight?
Yeah, we're protected from the wind here in this press box. But outside with no building, it is cold. Yellow Jackets set to punt the ball, and the punt dies.
Hey, you aren't saying that you were outside the building when you went down to the bathroom, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So they got to mark that. Look where they're marking the football.
Wow.
Back at the 47. It went out of bounds down at 39. So I don't know about that angle on that mark.
Yeah, the rich get richer, don't they?
Yeah. The 1%.
Yeah, the 1%.
27-6 outscored Courtland with 6:08 to go here in this third quarter. First and 10 yards to go. And again, they keep it on the ground. And the Yellow Jackets coming up with a hit, but not until the Cougars get into GM territory, down to the 49-yard line.
Jackets need to make a stand here. I mean, it's like almost like a cliche, but it's even more important now.
They need to get the ball back, and they need to stop Courtland on one of these drives. They can't allow the Cougars to score every time they get the football.
Yeah, that's why this stop is important.
And look at that, missed tackles again. And a missed tackle.
He's just having fun. He's just having fun. Look at this.
And knocked out of bounds. I can't believe
Victor Green.
He had 6 missed tackles on that run.
That's just
Yeah.
not James Monroe football.
So it's going to be 1st and goal for Courtland at the James Monroe 3-yard line.
Victor Green's run good for 48 yards at the Courtland first down.
That was 6 missed tackles I counted. Could have been more.
Yeah, he was just busting everything he ran into there.
So 5:21 to go. Cougars going for 2 here. And that's a little insult to injury, too.
Touchdown, Cougars.
27-6. Why did they go for 2? Do you know?
Oh no, that was a run.
That was a touchdown.
That was a touchdown. Yeah.
So they were at the 1-yard line,
Yeah.
and they punched it in, 33-6. I'm out of the game like the Cougars, like the Yellow Jackets.
That's amazing.
Extra point attempt coming here for Courtland. And they kick the extra point. It's up, and it is good. Timeout on the field, 5:17 to go, and it's a blowout for the Courtland Cougars right now. 34-6 our score. Back after this. Welcome back to Courtland High School. They've done this a lot tonight. I'm talking about kicking off to the Yellow Jackets. Here's your kick by the Cougars. And a line drive kick taken by Dee Nelson. Nelson on a return out to the 46-yard line. That should be a piling on call there by the Cougars.
Yeah, it gets
by the referees. I mean, there were people that were launching themselves into the pile, and when is that not called piling on?
well, when you're up by 20-some points, and I guess the rich get richer on that thing. Can't catch a break.
Nope. So 1st and 10 for James Monroe. Let's see, are they going to spot it at 45? Need a football out there. 46-yard line. Referee must be standing over the football.
Yeah.
There it is. 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets at their 46-yard line. Yellow Jackets got to make this thing. And Felton steps up, and he's still on his feet, gets away, has the first down on the far side of the field.
Okay. No, thanks.
So 4:44 and counting down. The Yellow Jackets, Felton getting the ball into Cougar territory down to the 45-yard line. They didn't give him the first down. It's 2nd down in inches for James Monroe.
And the poor get poorer.
It does. So the Yellow Jackets keep it on the ground, and they lose yards.
Oh, my goodness.
Ball comes out.
Oh, my goodness.
And let's see. They going to unpile on the far side. Ball came out. Looked like boxing on the carry. And Yellow Jackets get the football back. When it rains, it pours.
Yeah, they've let Courtland get the cork out of the bottle, and
Yeah.
it's ugly.
Yeah, and the Yellow Jackets, well, I'm not going to say they're giving up, but we certainly don't see their best effort tonight.
Yeah.
And not to take a thing away from Courtland, because they are a tough, good football team. But the Yellow Jackets, like we said, Bob, this is the worst performance that we've seen all year by James Monroe.
Yeah, it's almost like in addition to losing the game, they're losing their confidence.
Timeout on the field, 3:41 to go in this third quarter. Our score, it's Courtland 34, James Monroe 6. Back after this. Yellow Jackets take that timeout, Buzz.
I think they did. They need to
To regroup here.
yeah.
Lopsided score, 34-6. Courtland, 3:41 to go. And the Yellow Jackets, third and 9 yards to go. Felton looking to throw the football, and he throws a pass intended for his brother.
Intercepted.
Matt. It was overthrown.
Oh,
And you know what? That was excellent coverage back there in the secondary.
yeah. It was. He was stride for stride.
Dakota Woodward, the defender back there, he had Felton covered like a blanket. So that falls incomplete. Fourth down here and 9 yards to go. You know, if you look on the sideline, and this is the first time that I've seen this, Bob, on the far side where they keep the chain, you can see the chain markers are bright orange. And you see the number 4 over there for fourth down, how it blends into the crowd and you can't see it. That too should be orange. And the punt, not too bad.
You're right. I can't even see. Well, of course, that's not saying anything, but yeah, you're right. It is. It's too dark.
Yeah, it doesn't stand out. It blends in with the players on the far side, and you have to really search for it over there. Now, I know it's right there at the beginning of the chain because it's first down, so you can see it.
Right. Well, I've been looking at the scoreboard all night long, and it's been blinking too much on the left side.
Oh, they have a scoreboard. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I know. I had to find it there.
First and 10 forward Courtland at their 45-yard line. And they keep it outside and running at will now against the Yellow Jackets. Skips out of bounds on the far side, picking up the first down.
At some point, get in that defensive huddle and say, guys, are you tired of this yet?
Yeah.
You know.
Where's our pride? Where's that JM pride?
Yep.
Courtland certainly showing it tonight. Cougars.
Yeah, I thought about one thing. The way they have the schedule set up when they renew the schedule, Courtland gets a home and home, a 2-year, they played here last year and they played here again this year. That's,
Don't like that.
I don't like that at all.
No. Because if you have a run and you've got some good players, it might be every third year before you have a real good team.
Exactly.
And it'll be that down year when you have them at home and you want just the opposite.
Exactly. All right, let's see.
Penalty on the play, first and about 20 yards to go. Quarterback's going to throw the football, has a man out there, number 4, and he's gone. That's about a 63-yard touchdown pass. Wow. 63 yards. And that was Jabari Allen.
Touchdown pass from Wilborn to Jabari Allen.
So Allen, big target, Bob, at 6'4". He was wide open.
He was.
And that cornerback for the Yellow Jackets got caught with his eyes looking at the quarterback.
Wow.
Extra point attempt here. It's up, and it is good.
And the extra point's good. Just over 3 minutes.
Timeout on the field, 3:10 to go here in this third quarter. It is the third quarter.
Yeah.
41-6. Courtland back after this. Welcome back. 3:10 to go here in the third quarter. The route is on here at Courtland High School. 41-6 over rival James Monroe.
35 unanswered points.
Kick to the Yellow Jackets, and again on a return, that's Nelson. Nelson has done a good job tonight on these returns. Is that Nelson or is that?
You know, that's a good question because looks like what's his name? Looks like oh my gosh, who have
Was
I
that
got
Young?
here?
That Young?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I look at the hair.
Yeah.
You know, and I can tell. I think Edwin's hair a little bit longer than Dee Dee's. Nelson.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I've dropped the numbers now. I'm just looking at the hair. And I'm probably dead wrong.
Well, the trouble is, in some cases, the hair is covering the numbers.
It's covering the numbers.
Yeah.
Yellow Jackets on the run. Nice run. That's Boxley on the carry for the Yellow Jackets. Nice run.
Yeah, that's a pride run there.
Yep. Gary Boxley has seen this guy hadn't quit.
Nope, I'd let him go ahead and run it again.
Yep. Nice long run by Boxley down to the Courtland 25-yard line. 2 minutes and 34 seconds to go. And the Yellow Jackets need a big 35-point play.
Yeah.
Felton, and that receiver on the far side, Bob, he flinched. I mean, it was like a motion penalty against the other. I mean, it was like a finger, and that referee caught him. So it's going to be a 5-yard penalty against the Yellow Jackets. I mean, game is pretty much out of reach, 41-6. You still make those calls?
No, I know. Just barely is going to be, a problem.
Yeah. So J.C. Hall dialing up the big win tonight for his Cougars. The Yellow Jackets again keeping on the ground. And he runs right into a couple of Cougar players. There's a lot of trash talking going on out there. Wouldn't you think?
I'm sure there is. But, there's a dance after the game.
Minute 42 to go here in the third. 41-6 Courtland. That's right. If you're just walking in the door and turning on your TV set, it's 41-6 Courtland. Courtland has dominated this game tonight. And the Yellow Jackets keep it on the ground down inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. Still don't like the fact they're not throwing the ball.
Yeah, why? Why not? It's almost like,
I'm not saying you can go deep every time, but, take what they give you.
Yeah, we saw a nice short passing game against Chancellor, and it's not been evident tonight.
No, they seem to be a little bit tight on the corners, talking about Courtland, and Boxley on the carry. please try throwing the football. Flag coming out might be face mask against Courtland.
They need that.
Let's see. Let's see what the call is here. Face mask against the Cougars.
I'm going to let you throw something from out the press box here, because you've been right on all of them.
Bob, I'm lucky.
I don't think it's lucky. I think you got that Hawkeye and all that experience. And, me, I'm up here with my CNI dog, and I don't have time to ask him,
And your telescope.
Right, that's right.
Third and a yard to go here for the Yellow Jackets. Ball at the Courtland 17-yard line. 28 seconds to go in this third quarter. And the Yellow Jackets keep it on the ground. They've got the first down. I mean, it's so hard to even get a first down.
It is, and now they're in the red zone, and let's see if they can bust something.
That will be the last play of the third quarter. Timeout on the field as we put this quarter in the books forever.
Yeah.
41-6 Courtland. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Courtland High School as we get set for the fourth quarter. 12 more minutes of football. 41-6. And what was the score of that Dinwiddie game, 40-something to 34?
Yeah, it was 48-34.
48-34. So Courtland 7 points away from tying the most points scored against the Yellow Jackets. Here we go, 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets, and that play has been there all night. It's a post pattern down inside to about the 2-yard line with the completion, and that's going to set up a 1st and goal for James Monroe at the Courtland 2-yard line. Injured Courtland player down. Nice to report that that's the only injury I think we've had tonight, and certainly hope this one is not a serious injury. And we'll keep it right here with 11:43 to go here in this fourth quarter.
Even then, that was a nice catch down close to the goal line, but why not score? It's kind of a tribute to the tackling that Courtland's doing tonight. They're making sure tackles and playing well on both sides of the football.
41-6, and the Yellow Jackets trying to cash in here with 11:40 to go in this football game. Trying to get some respectability here, Bob.
Yeah, this would be nice.
Not looking for them to come back and win this thing, but just make it respectable.
Right.
Yellow Jacket with the 1st and goal from the 2-yard line, and did that line, that forward lean, take them into the end zone? No. They keep shuffling players in and out on defense.
Yeah, they do.
Keeping them fresh, aren't they?
Yeah, I watched about 4 of them over in the corner, and they're running in and out.
Yep. Hey, Courtland, they feel this victory now. They're doing a little dance out there on the line of scrimmage. 55 seconds. 10 seconds left on the game clock. On the play clock, rather. Yellow Jackets again. Boy, they hit Boxley for a loss. Penetration.
They're swearing they have the football. Yep, they do.
So the Yellow Jackets unable to get it in with a fumble on a play.
It had to be, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't a fourth down play.
Been that type of night for the Yellow Jackets. And I'm not going to single out any one player. It's a team loss. They collectively have.
Yeah, they got their heads down. You can see it right now.
We have a final raffle winner. SMK remodeling.
That's all.
Hopefully it's not the worst loss in the world now, because this could catapult them right into playoffs, states, and eventual state championships. So you got to get over this one quick, because you got a tough King George team coming in Maury next week.
They do indeed.
And Courtland keeping the ball on the ground. And I'll tell you what else really bothers me about the Yellow Jackets tonight, Bob. They are not sure tacklers.
No, it's not the team that we've been observing since August.
Different group of kids out there tonight.
Yeah, it just shows you.
I'm sorry, Bob, but
it shows you how they play on a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
They're not the world's biggest team. They just play on a lot of confidence and pride.
coming off of an emotional, here comes the runner around the near side. And he cuts it back inside. What a run. Certainly got him out the hole on that run. And that's number 3. That's Blair Lawson, 6-footer, 162 senior. And the Courtland Cougars, they moved the chain on the far side. And Cougars, disappointing loss last week. And I know that thing wasn't going to sit well in their mouths, Bob.
No.
And they've taken it out on the Yellow Jackets tonight. There's that counter again exploding. And they've got to get some blockers and knocked out of bounds. But look at the yardage.
It's like a track meet out there.
That's about 32-yard gain on that running play around the left side. So Courtland not calling off the dogs either. And still got their first team players in there. And it's 8:56 to go in this football game. And they're looking for more. For them to struggle last week against King George and go scoreless in the first 2 quarters, only to come back and lose in the second half of that football game is amazing for the same squad to come out and beat a pretty good James Monroe football team, 41-6, and into the secondary. Look at the missed tackles again. Into the end zone, touchdown.
How far did he go?
That's going to be about a 24-yard touchdown run.
Cheatham on a 23-yard touchdown run.
Cheatham with the run. 5'8", 174 senior. Having a senior type night. And they're just blowing the Yellow Jackets out here. Extra point attempt by the Courtland Cougars. It's up, and it is good. Timeout on the field, 8:23 to go, 48-6 our score. Wow. Mike Neville, always good to see you, my friend. Did you expect this, Mike?
No, not at all.
We didn't either. So.
Like my buddy David Robinson said, Alabama could have played Courtland tonight when they had a friend.
That's right.
Hey, good luck, buddy.
Good seeing you, friend. Okay. And, yeah, I don't think anybody could have beat Courtland tonight, Bob. Yeah, and you got to remember, the first game of the season, they lost a tough game to front-running Massaponax.
Yeah. They were loaded for that game. And,
yeah.
I tell you what, these guys are clearly a momentum incentive team. They got it against Massaponax and then here against James Monroe, but then left it at home last week.
Well, we've been playing this football game as a rivalry since 1981. And I don't know the most lopsided win by either team, but this might go down as one of the worst. Yellow Jackets on a return into excellent return into Courtland territory down to the 43-yard line. So they've shown spurts of greatness tonight, here and there.
Yeah, there's still a little savvy in there.
But I can't believe, coming into, I knew it was going to be a tough game, Bob, and I knew that Courtland had suffered a loss, and they were upset about that, and I knew they would bounce back tonight, but I had no idea it would turn out like this. I mean, 42-point margin with 8:14 to go. Just didn't think that Courtland, I thought it was possible for Courtland to beat the Yellow Jackets, but not like this.
Yeah, and you think in the first quarter there was one score and it was 6-0, and Jackets come back and tie the score. It looked like they may trade. They didn't trade.
4 wideouts for the Yellow Jackets, and Felton looking downfield. He's going to run the football, and he steps out of bounds in front of the Courtland bench, down to the 36-yard line, about 3 yards shy of picking up the first down.
Yeah, a nice run, but then you look down the field and all the receivers were covered.
They were covered.
Yeah.
Good coverage by Courtland in that secondary. And the Yellow Jackets, they want to put some points. It just, stuff like this will happen.
Yeah.
And
get blown out, you get blown out.
He gave up yardage. He had the first down, and he stepped back and lost the first down. And they're not going to give him his forward progress. If he had gotten up to the 35-yard line, he would have had the first down. Now we have an injured player, JM player. Third and about a yard to go. Injured player for James Monroe down on the far side of the field. Next Friday night, back at Murray Stadium. As we end the regular season, it's senior night at Maury as the King George Foxes come to now. King George in a real battle tonight, too, against a tough Chancellor team. So certainly don't have an outcome of that football game, but it will determine a lot next week.
Yeah, it will.
Between the Yellow Jackets and Foxes. If King George can get another win under their belt, they're going to come in there with the chest stuck out.
Yeah, and who would have thought? But at the same time, JM has this thing on King George that they can usually pull a victory out.
$7:15 to go here in this fourth quarter. Third yard to go for the Yellow Jackets. Bowley, look at that guy on the near side.
Mm-hmm.
And Felton, and he's going to be pulled down. You know what I can't understand, too? The Yellow Jackets have a great offensive line. And I've seen a couple of those guys get beat tonight by some of those defensive men for Courtland up front. And all I can say was an overall team effort to do not much tonight. So, and the Yellow Jackets with I look for that yard marker. You see it? It's fourth down.
Yep.
Hard to find, isn't it?
It really is. You're right.
4th and 9 to go for the Yellow Jackets. And they will go for it. Trips to the near side of the field. Felton looking. Going to have to get rid of the football. Here comes the pressure. And he throws it out of bounds. Incomplete. Stopping the clock. Clock will run here. 6:07 and counting down. We'd always talk about that running clock with opponents.
The other way, right?
Courtland Cougars have a pretty good football team.
They do indeed.
And we know the Yellow Jackets will bounce back. You want to get that ugly game out of your system. So the Yellow Jackets will get that ugly game out of their system tonight. regroup for next Friday night's game and the regular season finale, and let's gear up for the playoffs.
Exactly.
And some made tackles. Got back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to set up a second down at 10 yards to go.
I see some clean jerseys for Courtland. Yeah.
Number 5, number 2, Vic Green, George Chittum. These guys still in there.
Oh.
Number 10, the quarterback. Chet Wilborn. So second and 10 yards to go. And the Yellow Jackets coming up big on defense.
Yeah, it's almost like we've had enough of this.
Yeah. That's number 42 for the Yellow Jackets. Christopher Carter, 10th grader, 6-footer coming up. Make the hit on the ball carrier. Courtland not in a hurry here, Bob.
No.
Number 10, Chet Wilborn, 6 foot, 173 junior, getting the plays in from the Courtland sideline. 3rd and 12 yards to go. And linebackers got caught inside.
Yep.
You can't stay inside. They'll bounce that thing out, and they did that on that play and got just enough for the first down. 1st and 10 yards to go for Courtland at the James Monroe 45-yard line. Come on, clock. 4:18 to go. Been a long time, Bob.
Yeah, that we've sat through something this.
Even the games they've lost were good games.
Yep.
1st and 10. And you got to keep them inside. There you go, and you get the help. You got to turn everything back to the inside. And that's number 3, Blair Lawson on carry for Courtland. Second down, and about 7 yards to go for the Courtland Cougars.
Yeah, you can tell they're just they're thinking about last week, and they were thinking about this game last week also. And why didn't they look ahead to somebody else?
You know what's so remarkable about the Courtland program out here, Bob, is that they had legendary coach Tim Brown. Brown was the coach out here.
Yeah, Brown, right. Mm-hmm. Ken Brown, right. Mm-hmm.
Legendary coach, won state championships, did a great job out here at Courtland. One of the players I remember broadcasting J.C. Hall's football game in the playoffs when he was a player. Mm-hmm. And so that tradition continues out here with Hall. And I bet these guys, man, dream about running the wing tee. And once again, there's no containment as Courtland gets another first down.
Well, you think about an offensive set that's been there for so long.
Yes.
You think, okay, your opponents are gonna master it, but they don't. And every year, a new group of Courtland people master it, and
it's about execution.
And execution, exactly.
I mean, you look at a team on a pro level like New England. I mean, they trade off a lot of their good players. They get other players to come in that are, well, not mediocre, but they're not star quality players.
Right.
And they fit into that system, and they do extremely well. And so they advance the ball down inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line. Minute 36 to go in this football game. And that clock is not running fast enough for the Yellow Jackets. Courtland,
I'm seeing
they'll
a
revel
few
in
clean.
this for a while.
Yeah, they will. I thought I saw a few clean jerseys. It's about time.
Yeah, now the starters are being taken out. That's number 5, George Cheatham, who had a great game tonight, along with Blair Lawson. Great job.
Yep.
And these guys come in from the bench and contribute.
Yeah, and they're hungry. So, my chance to go.
Yep. They don't lose much. Yellow Jackets have done pretty much the same thing, Bob. Defensively, you see some clean jerseys in there for the Yellow Jackets. So 40 seconds to go for the second team in there for Courtland. These guys want to score too.
You know they do.
We want a piece of the action. Flag coming out. And a run down inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line.
Flag on play.
Come on, ref. Now that's going to be a false start against Courtland. What a gutsy call.
Yeah.
Courtland Cougars will be celebrating tonight.
Yeah, there's no getting around that. I mean, they may have been looking forward a week and suffered for that, but I tell you one thing, they definitely look forward to tonight.
They certainly weren't going to put two losses in a row, were they?
No, not especially not a home loss.
First and 15 for the Cougars, and a nice run down inside right around the 15, 14-yard line. That's going to be the last play of this football game. And the cannon goes off here at Courtland High School. Final score, it's Courtland defeating the Yellow Jackets by a score of 48-6. We'll be back with our wrap-up right after this timeout. Welcome back to Courtland High School. Final score 48-6. Cougars pound the Yellow Jackets tonight. And in the history of the series of the Yellow Jackets and Cougars, Bob, this has to go down as one of the most lopsided wins for either team in the series between the Courtland Cougars and the JM Yellow Jackets. So Courtland with a big win tonight, 48-6. And here's Bob Blackburn with a recap of tonight's football game.
Well, it started off rather slow. The Courtland team was the only one to score in the first quarter with a 3-yard TD run by Green. Point after was no good, 6-0 Courtland. JM answered back at 5:56 of the second quarter with a 10-yard TD pass from Felton to his brother Matt Felton. Point after was no good. The score was tied at 6, and that is as close as it got. Courtland went on to score at 5:46 on a 49-yard TD run by Cheatham. Point after was good. They made it 13-6 Courtland. Courtland scored again at 3:22 with a 26-yard TD run by Green. Point after was good. 20-6 at the end of the half. Courtland got the opening kickoff in the second half. Went down and scored at 7:59 on a 2-yard run by Green. Point after good. 27-6. Scored again at 5:17. 1-yard TD run by Cheatham. Point after was good, 34-6. Courtland scored one more time in the third quarter at 3:10 on the 63-yard TD pass to Jabari Allen. And that was a thing of beauty. The point after was good. That gave Courtland a 41-6 lead at the end of the third quarter. And they scored one more time in the fourth quarter at 8:23 on a 24-yard TD run by Cheatham. Point after was good, and that made it 48-6. That was the final score here at Courtland and the Cougar Den. 48-6.
Final score, the Yellow Jackets go down tonight. Courtland up their record to 7 wins and 2 losses. 48-6 the final score, and the Yellow Jackets lose game number 2 on the season as they drop this one here to the Courtland Cougars by the score of 48-6. Well, that's going to pretty much wrap it up for us here on the road here at Courtland Cougar Den. And next Friday night, more high school football right here on Channel 83 as the King George Foxes come to home to end the regular season in senior night. So for Jim, for Chuck, for Bob Blackburn, my man here in the press box, I'm Herman Case saying so long from Courtland High School. Once again, that final score, Courtland 48, James Monroe 6. We'll see you next week.